Papudo, Neymar's team and staff ended up reacting after the biggest lackey in this country's history insulted Neymar right during the game. Look, Neymar was injured, now he's recovering, and he might even play in the next game and all. But what surprises us is, imagine if it were Neymar making fun of Lula with those bald spots appearing on his head. Those bald spots and all, it's so much wickedness coming out through the pores, but it can't all come out, so it starts making holes. Wow, the whole press would be making a huge fuss about Neymar, but his staff, right, his team reacted. I'll show everything here. Hit the like button, come be part of our family. Smash that button. It helps a lot. Go ahead, share it around, share it in your family and friends groups. It really helps a lot. While you're here, my friends, subscribe to the channel. Don't leave without subscribing. It really helps us grow our family here. Guys, before we start, I want to share an opportunity with you, Zinho and Fervia. I always post videos here, like the one I made recently, losing 2 kg in a day. Then people say, no, it's just water weight and stuff like that. Look at the images. Look at my face. Look at my face. I only sell the product here because I trust it completely. Look at my face. Look at the image. This was months ago. Not even a year. Not even a year ago. Just months. I know what I'm talking about. Look at my pants. My pants. Look how loose they are. And look, they're already here. I don't wear a belt. Look. You can fit a hand in here. The product works, obviously. You have to have, discipline. Dieting is like this. We have to plan. But it helps a lot, guys. It was 20 kilos, 20 kilograms, 20 kilograms that I lost, After 40, it gets harder for us to lose weight. It really is more difficult. Even exercising every day, and I wasn't able to lose weight. Focus, discipline, I managed to lose it. The images speak for themselves. Look at my face. My face is totally different, right? So, it's worth it. If you don't want to miss this opportunity, it's an easier way. Natural, extremely natural. It's a little powder that you add, right? Especially in those greasy meals, it will help you eliminate fat, lose inches. The link is right here below. A great opportunity to lose weight in a healthy way. With quality of life, it changes everything. Pants that didn't fit before start to fit. We end up with much higher self-esteem. That's a fact, right? The link is right below for anyone who doesn't want to miss this opportunity to lose weight today, okay? Yeah, these are things we only see here, right? So many things happening. Just look. Tomorrow the bills are due. He charged Wagner's stepson, Lula's partner. Let's put it this way, right? He's kind of a partner of Lula. The message was sent to Augusto Lima, Daniel Vercaro's partner. The federal police found on Augusto Lima's cell phone that close friend of Lula, right, whose pharmaceutical company Lula was there inaugurating, gave $300 million to Vercaro. The press doesn't cover it, right? Gave $300 million, they don't report it. It goes by quickly, really small and all, but let's make a big deal about Neymar. Let's make a big deal about Neymar. The message from Wagner's stepson is about demanding payment of illicit amounts, they supposedly say, right? Do you think his stepson is going to go after that Augusto Lima guy, right? And that's just alleged, supposedly? It's just that kind of journalism, The message was sent by Eduardo Mendonça, Sodre Martins. Look at that fancy name. Eduardo Mendonça Sodre Martins, last year in September. Tomorrow the bills are due and they're high. Look at that shamelessness, he wrote, right? The stepson of Lula's partner. The message is described in Andre Mendonça's decision. Augusto Lima replied that the situation was critical given the setbacks and negotiations between Banco Master and BRB. Look, it's tough, okay? The negotiation between Master and BRB isn't moving forward. This Augusto Lima is one of the owners, okay? Because he talks like an owner, not like, a friend or anything. No, he's one of the owners. On October 17th, the company PKL, connected to Augusto Lima, transferred $3.5 million to BN Financiera, which belongs to the stepson of Jacques Wagner, Lula's partner. The federal police also mentioned in the investigation spreadsheets found on Daniel Lopes's device, containing records of payments to a person identified as Dudu, a nickname that, according to the investigation, would correspond to Eduardo Mendonça, with amounts exceeding, well, $3.5 billion plus 2,340,000 reais through intermediary corporate structures. Arrested in April, lawyer Daniel Lopes is identified by the federal police as one of the operators of the alleged criminal organization led by Vorcaro. As shown by SBT, he allegedly played a role in facilitating the benefits for Jacques Wagner, according to the investigation. So, let's see. I mean, the reason I'm showing this is to see the level of dishonesty, how shameless they are. Shameless, and they're still talking about Bolsonaro, okay? About Bolsonaro, and with a detail, Lula trying to create some kind of smokescreen, brings up Neymar. So he doesn't have to talk about this, about his partner, that Lula's partner got exposed. Lula's partner got exposed, the one with the white hair, right? And Globo is walking on eggshells. Globo is really walking on eggshells, right? Little eggs. So they don't mention, let me see, here, look, they're so shady that they weren't talking about Jacques Wagner. They were talking about a public official, just so they wouldn't mention Lula's partner.
It's an important move, but it's far from easing things for the government and for the PT supporters. After all, we're talking about someone who, at a certain point in history, and it wasn't that long ago, was even considered to be President Lula's heir. In the 2018 election, which ended up being contested by Fernando Haddad, Jacques Wagner was, at that time, one of the PT members considered a possible successor to President Lula. Just like recently when there was a discussion about whether President Lula would go for another attempt.
Look at that funeral face. This lady here in red is always attacking President Bolsonaro and Flavio. Look at that funeral face. This one here. So, I'm sorry, but it's a fact, sorry. Why not do journalism? Seriously. Why criticize Bolsonaro for absolutely nothing? And when it's Lula, with that funeral face, everyone is afraid that Flavio will win and they'll all be out of a job. Sincere, honestly. That lady in black. Yes. He might go to SBT if things suddenly get bad at Globo, but closing down? That will never happen. It won't close. That guy in a suit and tie, maybe he could go to Record or something, but the lady in red, who's very close to Lula, that's going to be difficult. And I'm speaking as a journalist. Those people there, they give everything. I've said it here many times. They give everything just to have that little Rita Globo TV badge. It's a status symbol for them. Today, any journalist who has, let's say, decency, who has honor, who has dignity, works anywhere. It depends, right? But it's hard, right? Nowadays we see it a lot, but less so at Globo. Because defending criminals is... It's outrageous. You defend him knowing everything Lula did, the crimes he was judged and convicted for, and he's still there, covering it up, right? And there he is, right? Look at all the work they're having, guys. Look at what? I was going to watch the national team on KZTV, but I decided to quickly switch to SBT, and after that, there was no going back. There's no denying it, Galvão is still the voice of the national team, the voice of the World Cup. Not to mention that the broadcast is clean, without all that on-screen text, without app ads every hour. Besides that, it's a broadcast more focused on the game. No jokes, no trying to force a laid-back vibe. Simply the best broadcast, right? And that's a fact. And Globo is desperate. TV Globo isn't worried about KZTV, but they're alarmed by SBT's performance. The Rio broadcaster didn't expect the competitor to surpass 10 points on Ibope and sees Galvão boosting the channel's ratings. Yesterday that doubled. SBT had peaks, I think more than 20 points, okay? Everyone was tuned into SBT. The outcome also showed that the competitor channel's audience on YouTube didn't affect Globo's ratings. If SBT hadn't grabbed 25% of the audience, the Mourinho Heirs network would have reached its usual 40 points for a debut. It was at the debut, and now, of the World Cup team. Everyone was following Galvão and Leaf. The only thing out of the ordinary on SBT, to be honest, is that Mauro betting, who is unbearable. But not everything is going to be the way we want, right? The way we wish. SBT hurt a lot of our hearts this year. There were many humiliations from Amanda Klein and that Basilia, right? Oh my God, for heaven's sake. But it's okay. All of this will pass. That terrible episode from SBT at the end of the year too, but it's okay, honestly. I used to criticize Galvão sometimes, but only when we watch a World Cup, we realize how much we miss him. There's no way. You just can't follow soccer without Galvão. It's just so good. And it's a good thing he's not on Globo. It's a good thing he's not on Globo, right? Because this announcer from Globo is terrible compared to the others. Just terrible. I'll be honest, even Kaze, the announcer from Kaze TV, the guy is really good. You can say whatever you want, you know. I wish they'd stop being so politically correct so we could enjoy it, right? Ease up on the political correctness so people in Brazil can actually like you. But the guy is good, the narrator from Kaze TV. I'll say it again. He's good at bringing excitement, right? I watch some clips here on social media when he narrates. The guy is good, but he never comes close to Galvão. Galvão is just awesome. He's really awesome. It's great to watch with Galvão. It's really good to watch soccer with Galvão. It had been many years since I watched soccer on Globo. Because it's Globo, it's been many years. I think since that soap opera, right? When they did The Clone, I never watched Globo again, right? And look at that. See how things are? Neymar's team reacted because it's absurd to see a guy who is worth nothing trying to attack Neymar just to hide his own corruption and his partner's corruption. It's outrageous, right? And look, yesterday, hours after the lackey mocked Neymar. First call up, working from home. The official profile of the player's website posted a message on social media, which was interpreted as an indirect response to the statement. The post shows the forward training at the national team's training center in New Jersey. In the caption, the team wrote "on day off without a break," highlighting that the athlete continues to train during this period. Right, recovering, even though Neymar was extremely polite. He was extremely polite. He could have gone, but he lowered the level, got into drinking. Short of breath, everything we know what it is, because guys, Neymar is so big that even in India, they put up a statue of Neymar. Look at that. They put up a statue of Neymar. Pelé, the day someone puts up a statue of you, we'll talk. Hit the like button, come join our family, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave your comments. We'll see a lot out there. I hope Brazil wins this World Cup. I'm really rooting for it.